known as one of the best nuke teams in the entire world, and they have been since the start of CS:GO. So for for Gamers2 to go for this, I think it's simply a matter of praying that your CT side is good enough to the point where NIP won't be able to get any T rounds. And I don't know if that's the best choice. I admire their map choice simply because you're kind of openly admitting that, well, this is what we're going for. We're basically just going to try to get as many CT rounds as possible. But NIP are really strong on the T side, and they showed that at Katowice versus TSM.
Exactly, that's the big thing, right? If we wanted a pretty clear picture of that strength, that presence of mind, that strength of mind, of will that NIP have, it's it's that map on Nuke where they should, by all rights, have been knocked out by TSM of the major, taken out of the tournament, and yet somehow they're able to battle back on their T side of Nuke and get the rounds that they needed. Now we have more. We're about to see more of the T side here from NIP, and that doesn't involve them getting shot in the face. They are just going to rush out onto this A site, not wasting any time at all. Forrest even getting a frag on Miniz through the smoke in main, and now it's Sparrow who is looking for the backstab, but Forrest just hunts him down as well. Quad kill for Forrest, and this is now just. This is the worst case scenario basically for G2, losing the pistol to NIP on their T side.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not the start you want. Obviously, there are opportunities to actually bring this back with pistols, and you can see they bought armor and picked up a couple of nades as well. But yeah, definitely not the start they wanted. But I'd really like to see, I really like seeing what NIP did. They recognize the fact that, well, it's pistol round. Who's going to buy a Molotov or, a smoke for the inner bomb site? Nobody does. And they actually take full advantage of it, because it's really hard to stop a Glock train, and they've recognized that and take full advantage.
Already. Exactly, and also in the pistols, you have smokes going down, etc., but doesn't make the biggest impact when you're able to just run right through. You don't have to worry about the machine gun waiting for you on the other side.
Yeah, that does give you kind of peace of mind, really, knowing that you're going in there and fighting, a bit more of an equal battle.
That's what I'm always saying, man. Matchmaking, no fear, just run, YOLO. NIP showing a bit of that. They're going to be able to take over ramp in this round, however. They're making good use of the SMGs, but now they start to get into a bit of a dangerous position, holding these close angles. There could be pistols around every angle here, so you can see them really taking their time, trying to spot out all the different hiding spots here for the CT members, checking the corners and exist. Going to spot him behind Stylo. Ryan is going to pick up that frag. Sparrow is gone. They spotted out the man in Vent as well. That's Innocent, escaping with 1 point of health. Crazy amount of luck there. But that bomb will get planted. They do hit that timing fairly well. Exist even picking up a headshot on Mouse there, who was peeking it long. But this is the danger of getting up close. They are managing to close the gap here, G2, just putting the pressure on NIP, turning this into a 2v2. Get right. Here's the steps, but that doesn't save his life. Innocent takes him out, and we're into a 1v1, and Exist gets caught! What did we just see? How did NIP not manage to hold that? A man who escaped through vents with 1 HP clutches the round for G2.
That is absolutely insane from Innocent. Like, he has to be so on point, actually, when he drops down from the rafters there. I mean, one shot, basically you just have to sneeze at him and he's dead. And he does it twice, so that was just really well done by Innocent. And, we said it, there's possibilities to bring it back here, and they do it right away. So now it's, their game once again. If they can manage to keep this going and, potentially close this out 14-1 or 13-2, this is definitely doable.
Well, here we go. We've got the infamous Tech 9 train coming out, and Yard Bomb is there as well. Rollin will spot out Alu first and take him out of the fight. Miniz waiting by CT Red. Should be able to spot out Freiburg. Taking a lot of damage in the process, however, so he has to be a little bit careful here. This is well within lethal range if NIP were able to get the drop on him.
Yeah, and NIP have actually forced up completely, so this is really scary. I mean, for NIP, this is not a big risk because you're not expected to get that many T rounds. So, they can fully do this and, lose the next 4 rounds without being worried at all. For Gamers2, this is a completely different scenario. They need to win these rounds with, oh, that's a good way to start it. Double from Gamers2 right there. I mean, they have to limit their losses. Because we saw what happened with NIP at the end of the first half, on the first map, really. They got into this wonky situation where they actually had to eco at the end because Gamers2 were doing a good job of picking up frags after frags, even though they weren't winning rounds. So they hurt the economy of NIP, and now NIP can do the same to Gamers2.
Exactly. I mean, they have a good shot of it here as well. Smoke to go down, flash as well. Double flash, in fact, this is going to be a perfect situation. Exist is going to be able to walk out here and get this bomb plant. They're going to try and spray through, but they will not find him, and he fades away. A true ninja play. This is now going to be very tricky stuff here for G2 because they have to realize that there's another man. They haven't even spotted him. Forrest is going to catch Rollin trying to peek out to get information, and Exist holding the other angle will catch out Sparrow, and that is, oh man, again, just this exchange of blows at the beginning of this half. NIP picking up the pistol, losing the second round, but then coming right back into the third round off of a force buy. 1 AK and a Galil. That's all they needed. And they managed to turn that into a 2v2 situation and win.
Like, NIP do things like that. Yeah, you don't really know how it actually works out. In that case, I actually think the Gamers2 player who played Redbox after NIP picked up the first entry frag, taking so much damage from Freiburg's Galil without just punishing him when Freiburg was down to, what, 19 HP. I think that was pretty key because, well, he was basically left, rendered useless.
Well, good timing there by GetRight to pick up that exchange frag. That had to happen there. He had to be able to cut to basically hunt down Minis before Minis could get out of harm's way, rather. Bring it back to a 4-on-4. Freiburg turns it into a 4-on-3, catching out Sparrow, but look at Rollin now looking for the flank, and that's the bomb carrier as well. This could be big. He's got Innocent with him as well. They've now got control of Yard. They spot them out in CT, and Rollin has managed to pick up an AK to work with here. This is very interesting here for G2. Now the question, do they decide to press this? Looks like they want to make their way back down lower. This could be big. They could work their way back into a favorable position here. If they could get this AK on that lower site, this could change everything for G2.
Yeah, there seems to have 2 people downstairs already, so now it's down, to NIP to actually get the bomb plant down. Great frag from Rollin right there onto Freiburg. And this is going to actually be really tough for NIP to get something done as long as G2 doesn't give away kills. And now, if NIP managed to get down this bomb, this should be a very easy round.
And the fact that Innocent goes down as well, Mao's not going to be able to live through that. Forrest will hunt him.
Yeah, Rollin pretty much had to survive there. After getting picked out in window, after picking up the first frag onto Freiburg, pretty much has to play for time, make sure that his teammates can make the proper rotations, and then basically just play, deny the bomb.
Exactly, right, deny the bomb.
Yeah.
And at this point now, I mean, that game of chicken, it's going to be G2 who lose it. They're the ones who hit the brakes first and decide to eco, because that was just a series of force buys. And them losing that one basically cost them. Now, all of a sudden, NIP, beginning of the half, could very well get up to 4 rounds. Forrest attempting a good spray down, and he just shoots over that man's shoulders. Somehow does not tag up Maus. Instead, it will be Exist to find the first frag of the round, taking out Innocent and Radio. So Innocent deciding to push forward, trying to get some information. He gets punished for it, but this is bait. This is interesting. Does Exist realize this? Is he going to get caught out up close like this? It's a very dangerous position. Facing P250s at that range is lethal. It's not good for your health, Finn.
It's definitely not. Mao's actually picking up 2 frags with the USB right there, and that's the bomb dropped in lobby. I mean, Gamers2 can put up really good positions right here. Mao's with the 3rd kill on Alu. And there you go. I mean,
who needs armor? Like, who needs 5.7s? It's
yeah,
all good.
USP, no armor. That's all you need. That was really weird. Like, very untypical of NIP, really, because they kind of just scattered around, and all of a sudden you had Forrest just wondering for himself about on the upper bomb side, really, and Freiburg fully suit after Exist, completely alone out on ramp. Really, they just didn't go as a team, and you get easily picked off and punished, especially when Gamers2 put up smart crossfires as they did.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing is also, selling one member saying, okay, it's your turn to die. It's all right, though, because we won't let that go to waste. They do manage to bait that man in, get a rifle to work with, and it all kind of just spins out of control from there. But NIP, that doesn't mean that they're going to eco. No, they go for another force buy, and that shot. Headshot barely onto Forrest on top of Silo. They do manage to return and take out Minis, however, he just has no luck. They did spot the man out on Catwalk, but GetRight cannot land the long-range spray. Instead, it's going to be Freiburg taking out Rollin. But that was another kill. That was not the kill onto Innocent. So Innocent is able to make it out of there, and we're into a 3-on-3 now. They have another rifle to work with here, Freiburg. And Innocent really taking risks here, peeking out when he's at half HP. Not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah, very unnecessary actually from Innocent. He could have easily held back and just, made the assumption call of, they're going to go down secret and basically live with that. That's perfectly fine in that situation instead of giving up a kill, because now you've put your teammates in a really awkward situation.
Yeah, and then Sparrow looking to rectify that. Very quick reactions here by Alu, however, looking to catch him out, but Mouse is there on upper, and it is going to be Exist, the last man to die with NIP here. Well, basically giving it up. That was, you know, even getting a free kill like that onto Innocent, they weren't able to make the play. I mean, Innocent at that point is going to call for that lower rotation. He's going to say, get on that B bomb site right now.
Yeah.
And G2, they didn't waste any time, and they held it very well.
Yeah, but you know, for future attempts at that, you know, you can still give the same information without necessarily having to die for it. And I think that's key, because you don't want to lose necessarily weapons and, you know, worsen your, you know, get a lesser economy than what you potentially could have when you're playing versus Nip or Nuke.
Woo. Shots coming through, but Miniz misses 2, hits 2, tags the 3rd, drops Alu down to 15 HP, and Alu is just going to drop right on top of Mouse, who's just madly spraying. He gets taken out by GetRight, who's now lurking around Squeak, but Innocent rotates in on upper, and he manages to pick up the final kill. So not giving away too much. Can they save the AWP? They will not be able to. But Innocent is going to have the money, Mouse as well. So they're not going to be without a sniper rifle this round. So G2, at least they'll be able to stabilize there. But this is still, you know, 2 good kills, quite a bit of money spent by G2 this round to re-equip the team.
Yeah, and again, you know, this is where the unnecessary deaths come into play, because if they win, you know, if NIP managed to take this round off of Gamers2, then that could spell huge issues for Gamers2.
Managing to get some decent nades into radio there. Spotted Alu get back around that corner. Sparrow taking that fight, gets headshot down to 10, well, to 12 HP, and then takes some fall damage to boot. So not a very cheerful position for him to be in. Freiburg manages to sneak past that smoke and catch Miniz off guard. So the AWP is down now for G2. And, well, NIP are in control of ramp, but that's GetRight, of course, going full lurk, picking out a man in yard. Forrest waiting for the flank behind. Innocent is not going to get lucky there. And Rollin is now going to get caught out by GetRight. They just completely fell apart this round, G2.
That was just odd to look at, really, because initially Nip do something that, well, pretty much no one does anymore. That was just basically go on, you know, taking duels at ramp. And they did that as you know, the entire team. And as soon as they managed to lower, I think, yeah, I can't remember who it was who actually went down to 10 HP, but, you know, as soon as they lowered the guy's HP on ramp there, they just took that, you know, as a good enough sign for them to go for it. And normally you would see Gamers2 being able to pick up at least 1 or 2 frags from a situation like that, and if they don't, they get way too much steam to run around with.
Well, they have plenty of steam now, Nip. I mean, they've got, well, they have the money, and we saw just, you know, how expensive that last round was for G2. No surprise now that they're ecoing. So again, NIP with another opportunity. I mean, they're already pretty much where they need to be with 4 rounds. If they can get up to 5 or 6, it starts to look pretty grim here for the Polish team. So we have to see if there's going to be another miracle here, if they're going to be able to get an eco win. Miniz trying to do his best here in Garage, trying to line them up, but eventually Alu will manage to remove him from the map. And so NIP now have control of Yard, leaving G2 a bit in the dark as to where they want to go.
Yeah, NIP this time around just, you know, working as a huge group, really, bar the one lurker, you know, sitting in T spawn. So they're definitely taking a different approach to this anti-eco round than what they did the previous one. And then, you know, it's obviously working out as right now. GetRight picks up Innocent as well.
Yeah, right. I mean, that lurk is paying off. Freiburg was the man waiting back in T-spawn. He's going to catch out Sparrow. Manages to pick up a nice shiny new pistol as well. And GetRight, big round for him this time around. 3 kills. Just managing to clear out that main area and get control of that upper site. NIP now have the breathing room as well. I mean, look at their money. This is a fantastic position for you to be on like your T side of Nuke. 5 rounds on the board and enough money to full buy at least the next round, if not get a force in the round following that. So it's looking very good here for the Swedes.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for more, really, in the situation. And now it's down to, well, yeah, Miniz, we can see right now, to come up big with this ult, because he's, well, yeah, he's got no nades to really work with. All he's got is armor. He needs to hit a shot and actually prevent Nip from getting down into secret, which is going to be extremely hard with these smokes.
Yeah, perfect smokes to block off. No gap for him to take advantage of. He's looking to see if Forrest is going to get back up on top of Silo. That's not going to be the case for now, at least. These smokes are going to start clearing up in a few moments, however, but Alu's going to give this up, and instead it's going to be NIP once again taking over ramp. But it looks like this was given up willingly here by G2. Already having fallen back to the lower site. Sparrow is waiting. He's going to be closing this angle, and our NIP going to be able to look in time to spot him out. No, he will still be able to pick up 1 frag. Picks up a second one as well. Great hold here so far from Sparrow and G2. Leaving Alu alone in a 1v4. This is definitely not a favorable position for the Finnish Opera, and that is not going to work out for him.
That's the round that, you know, Gamers2 can very easily live with. Just losing one member, completely fine in the situation. Right now, they just have to make sure that they can't be forced onto an eco as soon as they lose. So, you know, opportunity to build back for Gamers2. If they can win one more round, then they actually have the potential to force up if Nip makes it back.
That's the cushion that they're looking for, essentially. They need to be able to have at least one round, and there you go. Forrest trying to get up there very quickly. Very quick boost on top of that box, but Manise was there first. And Manise looking towards Stylo, still spawning towards Yard as well. Decides to change up his position, however, take a bit more of a passive angle. Not become too predictable with how he's holding out there. I do like that from him. Good adjustment made on his part. NIP, though, this time around are down a man, so we have to see what they're going to be doing here. Looks like they just want to try and take these peaks, try and take these duels, see if they can catch somebody out of position here for G2. But so far, G2, passive holds apart from Rollin, but even Rollin's position doesn't really give too much away. So, really solid hold here so far for the CT side.
Yeah, they're more or less just waiting for NIP to run into them. You can see Arlo getting boosted on top of main roof here, but not going to find Manise as he just moves away from potential trouble.
And there you go, all with the mind games. And Exist is going to be able to lurk fairly close as well, so this is definitely looking like NIP. Once again, in control, 4v4, but only 30 seconds left, so this is where it starts to get a bit difficult here for them. Looks like Exist wants to try and flank his way up. Get Right going to lose the duel versus Innocent, who peaks at just the right time. And now 3v4, 20 seconds left here. NIP are running out of time very quickly. They have to make the play for lower, it looks like. Flash in. Are they going to look left? No. Well, they will, only to get taken out by Sparrow. Exist does manage to trade that, but now we're down to 10 seconds. Last man alive. And, well, not sure if he can get 3 kills in 4 seconds. No chance of a bomb plant, and Mouse will find him. So, there we have it. G2, they managed to stabilize after a little bit of a scary moment there.
Yeah, and now you can see, now, even though they have to, you know, drop weapon here and there, they're actually going to have an okay size of money. You can see, I think it's Rallin there sitting on 5.4k, so they're going to be able to replenish fairly decently, even if they lose around at this point. And that's the situation you want to be, you know, at all times when you're playing the CT side. And another big thing is the fact that they can actually buy up with Molotovs now, and you know, you see that instantly being used to actually prevent potential inner rushes. And well, not surprisingly from NIP, we're going to see a wall smoke out in yard. This is something they've been doing since, well, the start of CSGO.
The dawn of time.
Exactly.
Forrest clicked his fingers together, and there was fire and smoke.
And actually managed to get one guy in down into secret as Exist pushes into the upper bomb site and gets taken out by Mouse. Freiburg right now creating havoc on the upper bomb site, gets 2 frags, and NIP are in control of the bomb site right now. Not going to be able to get that on plant just yet.
They're in a pretty favorable position. Sparrow manages to sneak his way up onto Cat as well. Such a risky play that. If somebody's watching that angle, so easy to take you out. He does manage to land great shots here. Freiburg headshot. Freiburg gets taken out, and now it's just down to Alu, 10 HP. He managed to sneak his way into Squeak somehow. Catches Manise off guard, and now can he actually stay alive to stop this defuse from happening? He does! He hits the timing just right, but does not get the kill. 12 HP left, and Innocent has time for the defuse. Could have swore that Alu would have that kill there, getting the drop on Innocent.
Yeah, it was actually fortunate for Innocent that Alu just ran out, you know, that millisecond before he actually touched the button, so he doesn't get that delay. So yeah, a bit of fortune going Gamers2 way, but I really thought they had it, especially with Freiburg picking up, well, 3 entries really for NIP on that inner bomb site.
Now Freiburg, the man himself, deciding that that's enough. Let's create some opportunities here. You're right, that timing is everything. Manise this time around, not going to hit that shot. He has had some luck connecting so far in this half, but he is not going to be able to create that opportunity for his team this time around. Instead, it's going to be NIP changing up their strategy, going for the split onto A site. Freiburg, however, this time around gets taken out after only 2 kills, so a bit disappointing there from Freiburg. We expect more from him. Sparrow instead is going to be walking into Exist, however, and Exist gets to spot him out, gets that information, and now knows there's one man waiting in lobby. So Sparrow now going to try and create some opportunities here. Maybe give an opportunity to Manise to peek with the sniper rifle. Somehow doesn't hit the spray, doesn't hit the USP. I guess he cannot channel his inner Cali. What? And there's just not enough time here for anything. I mean, Manise is going to get caught out. He's going to go up with a bomb unless he can move away a little bit. Down to 15 HP. He just takes that extra couple steps that makes the difference.
And that was actually a really cool strat to see from NIP. That's something we saw plenty of back in 1.6. It's a bit, you know, fairly standard A split, you know, to the upper bomb side, but you don't really see it in CSGO all that often. And right now, NIP have been throwing so much, you know, so many different smokes towards Manise out in yard, so you don't really know what to expect at this point. So with him backing off there, when the smokes come out, gives NIP just enough room to push into main. It was just very well executed.
Well timed. This is now a very tricky position here for the CT side. They've spent all of their money on this round, so this is it, the make or break. They cannot allow NIP to get up to a 7-7 scenario and exist. Already starting off strong, taking out Innocent for the entry frag. The NIP up a man again. The smoke's down in yard, going to cover their exit, and they're going to be able to make it down to long here and start looking towards that lower site. But G2 are getting a good read. They've already decided to rotate a man down lower. So Rollin is going to be in position here to catch NIP out if they try and come through the doors. Do like this here. But he needs to have an extra man down here to help him out, I think. Yeah, he's got a man on ramp, but then he is not exactly on the bomb site either. So Rollin getting forced out into the open, into the waiting arms of Get Right. Innocent, is he going to be able to catch him? Yes, he will. Gets that headshot on the Get Right with the AWP. Gonna add a couple % there to his headshot ratio.
And as you said, the problem was, you know, Braden absolutely needed to have more people around him for them to actually contest the bomb site. And once you give up the bomb site, as Manise makes self exist right there, as soon as you give up the bomb site, it's pretty much impossible to retake if you've allowed NIP to get into proper positions. And if NIP still have nades going, then, you know, it's not like you do.
And that is just all that makes it look easy. Already in position to catch him. Trying to run for the save there. So there it is. The money is just not there for the CT side. Rollin, Manise, I mean, they're all down to like 2,000 or something. Oops. I think we're all right. I think we're all right.
Yeah, we're all right. We're all good.
Oops.
So yeah, last round of the first half, and 4 spike coming up from Gamers2. Really hard to actually hold on to this unless they can get a couple of early picks and the aggression on ramp doesn't quite work out and can't get a frag even with a deagle from main. And right now, NIP are just spreading themselves out quite thin actually. You can see Get Right pushing close up to under heaven, and you have one guy working still in lobby. Let's Get Right picks up the first frag there.
This is just the snowball effect. Quick move there by Mouse, but Freiburg manages to trace him down with the with that spray. Yeah, I mean, this is now turning into, I mean, this is just a snowball effect. This is where NIP, I mean, there's not a whole lot that G2 can do in this scenario. They just keep walking into headshots pretty much. Freiburg manages to get another one. Freiburg looking for a 4th. He's going to get shut down with the swag. But Rollin is now 1v4, and NIP have control of that bomb site. They're going to nade him into oblivion as well, down to 3 HP. Just barely hangs on. But there really isn't a whole lot that he can do. He's just going to try and do the best that he can. I mean, of course, that's all, but they could just run right at him at this point. This is getting a little comical here. There we go. The end. NIP in the lead on their T side, 8-7 at the end of the first half. So it's more of cobblestone, really. It's just NIP getting control and never really letting go of it.
Yeah, NIP played a really well, you know, a really good T half there, actually. You know, you can see multiple, you know, different executions from pretty much 2 different setups coming out of them, and that's, you know, very scary to play versus because you have no idea how to react to what you're seeing initially before it's too late. And we saw that happen time and time again, where the rotations really from the Polish team was just too late. And right now they have to pray for a miracle, and it starts by winning the pistol round.
It starts by a YOLO B, man. That's what it's all about. And there you go, straight up onto ramp. Full rotation coming out from NIP, not wasting any time at all. And there's the ramp control for them, but they are not stopping. They're just going to continue barreling through. Into hell exists, gets overwhelmed. And there's a second kill coming in for Rollin as well. Catches Forrest peeking. And that, I'm sure, NIP were not expecting to run into that much pressure so early on. Get Right does manage to get the drop on Sparrow. So there's a 1 kill coming back NIP's way. Mouse is still fairly low as well, but Manise is lurking out here in Garage and not sure if he's going to be able to catch somebody out. Alu is waiting around the corner just trying to get information. But this is, I mean, this is a very scary situation here for NIP. They could be anywhere at this point.
Oh, and a bit fortunate timing there from Alo to pick up Minis, and this does make Gamers2's situation a bit rougher because, well, they're going to have to get down the bomb, and you can see Freiburg's already on it.
Looking for that shot, Freiburg, and it's going to be Alu picking up his second frag. 2 on 3, now a 2 on 2, and somehow they managed to bring it back to a 1v1, but 30 seconds left here, and Get Right takes that fight. No Kevlar, 5-7, and manages to get the shot onto Rollin at the end. So NIP, it just continues. Second pistol round for them now, 9-7. And when the team wins both pistols, then now the question: do we see that slug match, like that slugfest that we got to see in the first half?
Well, we do see Gamers2 forcing up, not surprisingly. Rallin actually opting to pick up a scout, so assuming we're going to see a lot of action towards Yard. This is a bit of a different take on it than what NIP did.
Agreed. All right, there's the pressure. Get right, Freiburg. He's got the Bison, and it finally lands the 1 dig on him. But that was a bit extreme. 3 Bison kills, that's a lot of money going into Freiburg's pocket.
Yeah, he's going to feel pretty good about that. You can see him 5-1. He's going to just go directly to the cold, even though we're going to see another eco. Right now, the only goal for NIP is, limit your losses as you go into, as you wait for the first buy round.
That's essentially it right now. I mean, it's just going to be straight Glocks here. As expected from G2, they didn't really get too much done in the last couple rounds. So another round of eco is in order here, and again going out into Yard, so that's going to be good. They're going to avoid that P90 that's waiting for them on Exist. Instead, they go running right past Secret. Get Right is going to be able to catch out the first man. Good dodge there from the HE. Freiburg. Oh man, the spray control from Freiburg. That looked almost robotic, just the precision there. Tags one man. Readjust for the second, readjust for the third. That was methodical.
I've done that before, you could tell. And fairly easy round for NIP Gaming, actually. I thought that might have an opportunity to actually catch some of the NIP members off guard as soon as Get Right, only managed to pick up 1 before 3 made it down to Secret. But Freiburg wants none of it. And then obviously this is the end-all be-all round for...
What is going on? Get Right luckily managed to take out Sparrow, who's peeking. But that was innocent with a double entry frag onto ramp. Finally, Freiburg manages to take him out, but Minis return onto Freiburg. So we have that revenge frag, and now it's just a man advantage here for G2. Get Right trying to lurk his way in, reacts in time, and what's worse, he drops the bomb carrier. NIP now have control of the bomb. This is a real problem. This is how you throw away an advantage, G2.
And you can see right now, the fact that Get Right managed to drop the bomb from Gamers2, and the fact that Gamers2 actually hung around on ramp room has allowed for Exist actually to get into a pretty good position there on the lower bomb site. So Get Right's free to roam at this point, and he's picking up so much information, and he might just be able to do the most classic Get Right thing you can ever think of.
Don't say anything, no. Just watch, admire, and now Exist. I mean, this is like existence. Like he's just smiling right now if he's watching this. He's like, yes, very well done, Exist. You're doing exactly what you have to do there.
You're learning.
I mean, you remember when like Smiths would just run down there every round. It's just like, go to Toxic. But that's the beauty of that situation. You highlighted it perfectly. Exist is locking down the lower site, and then Get Right can go wherever the hell he wants on the upper site. He knows that he already has a teammate watching that one position. If that bomb gets planted, it's just not going to happen for the T side. So picture perfect play from NIP, and they're up on 12 rounds now. The T side buy did not go their way, and we're into the 20th round with another round of eco coming in here for G2. They need to just build the money up. And I'm curious to see if they're going to go for the AWP on Minis next round. They're going to try and get him a sniper rifle to see if he can create some opportunities out in the Yard.
No, it wouldn't be just too surprised if that was the case, if they have the money for it eventually. But right now, they're just having the way with the Polish team. 2 frags already. And Exist with a bit of an offensive position, but
it works.
When in doubt, eco hunt.
Yeah, when in doubt, spray and pray.
Oh, and Alu spots out Minis as well. So flawless anti-eco from NIP. They're going to be, not exactly strapped for cash. Whilst the Gamers2 on the other hand, they're going to do basically just empty bank accounts and hope that they can get something working right now, because this is it. This is it for them. And they actually picked up 2 Molotovs, so I'm curious to see what they want to do with this. Whether or not it's going to be a quick play towards the inner bomb site eventually.
It's possible. I mean, double Molotov, you can clear out quite a few angles that way.
Might also go for ramp, basically clear out the corners as they walk out.
Essentially behind the boxes. That's a good tag onto Alu as well, dropping him down to half. Wonder if that's going to factor in here. But that's just some random spray. I mean, we're taking a little bit of a stroll down memory lane. You know, time spent, you know, spraying through the top, trying to get lucky on catwalk, trying, you know, spraying through radio. Yeah. I mean, you're just looking to see if you can't soften up your opponents real quick before you actually come down and make that play. And now Manise is going to be the one. Okay, it's not going to be yard control. Instead, it's going to be ramp. But this is very solid as well because, as you can see, he has a straight line right down. So if Alu were to take that peak, he'd be in for a pretty sad surprise.
Yeah, right now, Gamers is just playing the waiting game. They want to see if any of the members want to take the challenge.
Oh, does not hit that shot. Just a second too late there. I mean, Ace is still hungry, man. He is looking, trying to catch Alu down. And they are down to 30 seconds here, so there's very little time, in fact, for G2 to make this play. And they're trying to make NIP think this is going to be very good here. Now does NIP make the proper call, rotation in? Freiburg gets caught by Sparrow, who was lurking in Squeak. And there's the flash into HUD, and Exist hits the perfect time. He gets the double spray, gets the triple. No, he does not. Sparrow lives. But Alu is here, forced and Get Right rotating onto the upper site, and 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. Did he make it? I think he did. I think Sparrow just barely made it in time. Just under 4 seconds, and he gets that bomb plant down. And Sparrow even managing to pick it up as well. This is excellent. Sparrow looking to get it, but he gets wallbanged down by Forrest from the hut. Perfect nade here, but Forrest lives. He dodges just in time, and now Innocent has a very tough decision to make. The room is on fire, and he's going to have to run through. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds, and he's going to save it! Innocent again delivers.
Again, yeah, that's exactly it, and coming through in the clutch. And I think that is just about as close as you can get to not defusing it. I mean, that's just a fraction.
That's the
fraction away.
I mean, hell, that was a round of fractions, right? Because already getting the bomb plant at the last possible second, and then managing to save that defuse at the last possible second. Talk about cutting it close. If that's what you have to do to get a round off of NIP, you're not going to be able to do that every time. That was far too close.
But again, you know, Nip having built that advantage early on, you know, not going to be really faced in terms of money, so it's going to be back to the grind, you know, grinding ball for Gamers2.
That's a bit of a painful start there for Wall, and I think he did get headshot through that wall there, so yeah, great initial damage here for NIP.
Yeah, Innocent as well. All right, now you can see, again, Nip posturing, just playing it safely, not interested in giving away easy entry frags for Gamers2.
Like this again, all using the same position. It's kind of just the hop and skip. Similar to some positions that you can have on Cash. Manise should be pre-aiming this angle though. And there it is. This time he does not miss. Alu gets punished. Get Right rotates in now to try and cover this, but they've got the smoke to block him off. Exist, however, has taken out Sparrow, so no luck there. Do they time this right? Now the question, can they actually get onto this lower site to stop it? Exist not going to be in such a solid position this time. Instead, it's going to be Get Right trying to lurk his way through that smoke, but Rollin will be there to stop him from happening. And now Mouse, they have no idea that he's here. This could be a huge opportunity. He manages to sneak through, but Freiburg is going to take him out, and Rollin is now the last man alive in a 1v3. Exist catches him out on ramp, and once again, that bomb gets stopped before it can even get close to that site.
Good job by Manise to actually pick up the entry frag onto Alu, but you know, the follow-up just wasn't there. NIP were quick with the rotations this time. Instead of having, you know, Get Right rotate through the vents or anything, they just had Forrest drop down from the upper bomb side. And again, like NIP are doing such a good job of making the quick rotation so they never really fall behind whatever Gamers2 are doing. And that's really making it hard for Gamers2 to find openings on, well, any bomb site.
Now, what's really rough is that they just don't get that bomb plant as well, so no bonus money going into this round. They can't go to like Galil Armor, for example. They have to go for like Tech 9 and Kevlar. That's, I mean, hell, only one Tech 9. That's harsh. That's really harsh.
And again, Rallen being put down to 40 HP before even, you know, having seen anything at all. And this attempt at an inner push from Gamers2 is going to come to a stop real quick.
Yeah, even you can see pre-firing through the smoke, the likely positions that the bomb will get planted in. I mean, NIP just seem to be so far ahead, although Maus with 2 great headshots with the P250 takes out Get Right and Forest. But that's not what's important here. What's important is getting that bomb plant down, although getting a 3rd kill isn't too bad. Nearly pre-fires the angle as well onto Freiburg, and that was Alu. He nearly catches Alu through Squeak Door as well. That was unreal.
Well, I was actually starting to believe right there. Like when he started to pre-fire through the door, I was like, well, is this really happening?
Is he going to get that 1v1?
Like at that point, when you get into situations like that, I'm just like, yeah, I don't even care. Like, just win it, please. Like, it would be so good. You deserve it at that point.
At that point, yeah. At that point, you do.
Yeah. But you know.
Well, right now, Stesmani's getting boosted up here fairly quickly now. Minimal information given. Get Right with the Scar 20,
yeah.
man. I was about to say, Get Right with the AWP, not a big fan. Get Right with the Scar 20, however, godlike. Yeah. And it's been so long since we've seen him do this as well. I mean, a long time since we've seen him use the Scar 20 like this.
Well, I mean, you know, it rose into popularity due to its usage on Train, and we haven't seen Train in the competitive map pool for quite some time, and well, it's all on Innocent, and he's gonna have a rough time with it. And Spores takes him out, and there you go. NIP crowned first champ. You know, first win is.
And there we have it, guys. So, it has been a long night, but we have made it to the end of the first best of 3, and there you go. Get Right getting to, well, I mean, fist bump the hand slap from Forrest, basically. They look
tired.
They look tired. I think everybody is, actually. It's been a bit of a trying evening, of course. First night of this tournament and quite a few delays, so we will be, I mean, this is going to be the first and only best of 3 of the night, essentially, because of how long this has taken to actually get through this evening. We had, excuse me, a second best of 3 slated, but that has been pushed back to tomorrow morning. So we'll be starting off at 10 a.m. bright and early with the second match of Group A, or rather Group B, I believe. I think we were supposed to